Very fitting for this video, I think. Hey guys, what is up? The road to Infinity War continues. So unfortunately, I didn't have a video last week because I had purchased a new camera and all that, but unfortunately the camera was not that great, so I had to return it. And I was originally going to post my video of the Avengers on it, but I didn't like that. And originally I was just going to record me with just no face, just voiceover and all that, but I didn't like that either, So I'm going to be doing two reviews. This first video is going to be for the Avengers, and the next one will be the next Marvel film, which is Iron Man 3. So let's talk about the Avengers. The Avengers was the big movie for Marvel. When the MCU first started, they did each of the characters in their own stories. We did Iron Man of his origin story in the first one. Then we learned of the Incredible Hulk in the Incredible Hulk. That's the same thing. We met Black Widow in Iron Man 2 and see the impact Tony has had on the world. With Thor, we met the God of Thunder and also had Hawkeye featured in it as well. And in Captain America, the First Avenger, we met Captain America. So we got the origin stories out of the way and all that. So now it's time to take a look at the Avengers, which is where it's been all leading to and such. The story is Loki's come to Earth and he's planning to conquer everything. And Fury assembles a team of the most powerful people. He assembles Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Hulk to work together to stop Loki. And they have to work, but unfortunately, between the arguing amongst themselves and their own ideologies of how they do their own thing, these six have to start to learn to work together as a team to stop Loki, who plans to conquer with his army the Chitauri. I always say the first Avengers is the best MCU film for two good reasons. One is because this is where the MCU was building up to. This was the big build-up and everything, because they each did their own films, we got to understand their stories, and now to see all of these characters come together was a very big deal, because in other comic book films, there hasn't been a lot of characters featured together, I mean, in the animated films such as World's Finest, which featured Batman and Superman together for the first time and all that. But, to actually see live-action superheroes come together was a very big deal and all that, so. And the Avengers really accomplished that. It gave us the first time we see a team first come together, and at the same time see how they all had their own different agendas, they had their own ideas of what they're going to do and all that, and they eventually had to put aside their differences to work together as one to stop Loki and all that. So right off the bat, we have a lot of the returning characters, from Chris Evans as Captain America, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. But the biggest change, first off, was Mark Ruffalo was replacing Edward Norton. Now, Mark Ruffalo, I will say, I did not hate. He's really been a fantastic Bruce Banner. I love the character. He really just brings a human aspect that this man has. He just is not. He's kept the Hulk at bay. He's just trying to do what he can, and he's dealt with a lot and such. So, and I think Mark does a fantastic job in the film, and it may have been a different change. Like, granted, I would have liked to see Edward Norton as the Hulk, but they did a great job with what they had, nevertheless. So, but yeah, we also have Kobe Smulders as Maria Agent Hill, which I love seeing, and of course Samuel Jackson and all that back, and of course Tom Hiddleston, who is our main antagonist, was just absolutely fantastic, and I enjoyed. Our cast in this film was we already knew from the other films and all that, but it was nice to be familiar with some of the new ones, like Maria Hill we got to see in this film, and of course seeing Mark Ruffalo debut. So the second thing I get to say I really loved about this film was there was a lot of good comedy moments. Granted, this film is directed by Josh Whedon, so I still like it, even though it's directed by him, but this was just hilarious because there were so many great lines in the film. I love the line where Fury goes to talk to Cap when he's, in his punching bag and everything, and, Steve's like, I think I've seen enough strange things, and Fury goes, I bet you $10 you have it. And when Steve first sees the helicarrier, and then it goes to Fury, he hands him $10. I also love seeing where Thor takes Loki after Cap and Iron Man captured him and such, And, he's trying to talk to his brother to talk some sense to him. And, he says, now you listen here, brother. And Iron Man takes Thor and he goes, I'm listening. I love that a lot. That was just hysterical. And, of course, I love Cap's. I know that reference. I love that. That was just hysterical. And then when you see Tony's reaction, doing the eye roll, going, ugh. I thought that was hilarious and such, so. This film has some really great action scenes with the opening of, with Loki first making his introduction to Widow taking on these dudes. Pretty awesome and really good choreography, I have to say. The attack on the helicarrier to the final battle in New York. There was really a lot of great action scenes, and they really build it up and everything. It's a good 3-act structure once you look at it and such like that, and I really liked that a lot. But unfortunately, Joss Whedon, who is known for killing off some great characters. If you've seen like Angel, he killed off Fred, for example, and in the Avengers, he unfortunately killed Agent Coulson. When I first saw that, that was a very big deal because Coulson, despite being a very small role in the other films, is become a fan favorite. From the first Iron Man 2, Thor, he just was such a great character and all that. And when Whedon killed that character, that was pretty brutal. But I was happy they brought him back later in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and such. So, but it was pretty brutal, I have to say. And it was not something you were expecting and all that. And it was just, oh, it was so wonderfully well done. And it's because of Coulson's death that it leads the Avengers to come together as a team, because they needed as Fury said, they needed that push. So there's that. But this film is just a solid, good film from beginning to end. And one of my favorite scenes in the film is the panning shot where we see all of the Avengers. Iron Man in his new suit. We got Cap, Widow, Thor, Hawkeye, who was pretty much under control for half the film under Loki, and now with the team, and of course Hulk, all together was like a great deal. This was a very big deal, and they did such a phenomenal job bringing that team together. I love that shot, and the music, everything just worked absolutely fantastically. So it was such a phenomenal thing. So yeah, the film's got a good cast, good humor, good action, and the designs and everything were really good. Like the helicarrier, I felt really impressive. I loved Widow's costume and how she looked now. The only minor look I didn't like in the film was Cap's costume. I didn't mind it a bit, but I like how in other future MCU films, like with Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Civil War, the look looked much better. I didn't like the mask proportion for Cap because the mask looked kind of ridiculous. I like how he wears a helmet, like in the first Avenger, because it suits he is a soldier and everything, and that worked much more easier and such. But yeah, I love the first Avengers. I still say it's the best MCU film ever because it's where Marvel first was leading towards. They build up each of the characters, we learn their stories, and we put all of them together, and we have to see them constantly because they have their own ideas, they have their own ways of doing things and such, and eventually seeing this team come together was fantastic, and it was just phenomenal from beginning to end. So, now of course this film is a great Stan Lee cameo. Actually, two, when you think about it. The first was near the end of the film where reporters are interviewing people what they thought of the Avengers, and Stan turns to the camera and goes, "Superheroes in New York? Get real." I love that. That was just hysterical. And then there's actually a deleted scene where Steve's outside, at this cafe, and this waitress who we see later in the film, played by Ashley Johnson, who he saves and everything, kind of they're talking a little bit, and then Stan turns around and goes, "Ask for her number, you moron." And I really love that. Yeah, Ashley Johnson is also featured in the film. Now, for those who don't know, Ashley Johnson is a very good actress. She starred in Joss Whedon's other film, like Much Ado About Nothing, and she's done a lot of voiceover work, too. You know her as the voice of Tara from Teen Titans. She's the voice of Gwen Tennyson from Ben 10, and from the Ben 10 series. And then, of course, I first knew her as Jinmei from Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. So it was pretty awesome, and I love, she defends Captain. He saved my life. I can't only say but thank you. So, and of course, this film has one of the best end credit scenes ever. The end credit scene is the team just eating shawarma, where Tony was talking about. He's like, "Hey, let's not come to work tomorrow." You guys try shawarma? I love how in the end film we got the shawarma scene, and it was very hysterical. I laughed. It was just so funny. There's nothing. It's just them eating. It's just no action, no dialogue. It's just them eating. It's just hysterical. So, but of course, before the very end credit scene, this film had a mid credit scene which featured the big bad, which we featured in 2018's Infinity War, and that was Thanos. When we first see Thanos, that gives us excitement because this is a foe the Avengers are gonna have to fight and everything. And I really like that a lot because it teases us for what is to come and everything. And I was grateful that they didn't show Thanos in the second Avengers film because they need to build up this character more and all that and such. So, but yeah, I love the first Avengers film. It's a solid, good film from beginning to end. We see the team first coming together. We see them arguing. We see them bickering because they all have their own agendas. They have their own ideas. And seeing them kind of have to understand one another and all that. And eventually, with the push they need, they come together as a team and all that, or I should say, assemble as a team, and it is phenomenal and everything. If I had to give the Avengers a rating, it's a solid A. It's a great film. I really did enjoy it. It's got good humor, good action, good visuals. I really did enjoy it from beginning to end and all that. I mean, granted, some changes like having Mark Ruffalo instead of Edward Norton wasn't too bad, and I loved, I should point out, I love how they designed the Hulk with his facial expressions and all that and such, and they did a fantastic job with this film, from the design to the helicarrier to the characters, and seeing what they all go through and all that was honestly fantastic from beginning to end, and I personally enjoyed it a lot. So in the comments section below, let me know what you thought of the Avengers. Is it your favorite MCU film? Did you love it? Let me know down below. Also, what is one of your favorite jokes in the Avengers? I really want to know. I still love I Know That Reference, because that one it hits home for me so much, but I love the first Avengers. It's a solid, good film from beginning to end, and just let me know what your favorite joke is in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, as I'll be reviewing each of the MCU films. I'll be reviewing Iron Man 3 after this video, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel if you want to check out more of my videos. I've done movie reviews and such, and doing some vlogs on a show called My Hero Academia, so if you want to check that out. Hit the bell to be notified of when that future video will be released and such. Also, follow me up on Twitter at SuperKato1 to follow me up on social media and such. But anyway, thank you for watching my video on the Avengers. Stay tuned, as I'll have my Iron Man 3 coming. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.